Some silences thunder louder than words. Some presences are felt without speech, and there is a mystery in Scripture that, though it lies in plain view, very few notice. The presence of a God who acts, who moves all things, who sustains the universe, yet never speaks directly. An unseen God, an invisible God, a God who, according to the prophets, dwells in unapproachable light, whom no one has ever seen. This story is not about the deity who appears in narratives or speaks commandments aloud. It concerns the other one, the silent one, the one behind the stage, the one who reveals himself in deeds, not speech, the one who can only be known by his traces, the one sages called the unknowable God, the formless origin, the eternal root that no human mind can encompass. But why would a God hide within his own book? And why let another God, closer, more active, more understandable, take center stage? Prepare to lift a veil that has covered this mystery for millennia. The God nobody has seen. Many passages speak of a God whom no one can see and live, a presence whose light would unmake matter. This God does not descend, walk, wrestle, or argue. He doesn't appear in burning shrubs or dictate laws from mountains. He is pure being, pure essence, pure mystery. Yet elsewhere in the same texts we encounter a God who does appear, who speaks, who moves among people. A God who descends, strolls in the garden, debates with Abraham, wrestles with Jacob, sends angels as emissaries. This God is near, tangible, approachable. For many, it's the same God acting in different ways. But for some, prophets, mystics, ancient philosophers, there is something deeper here. Two layers of the divine, two manifestations, two faces. A revealed God and a hidden God. One acts in history, the other is the source of all action. One speaks, the other is silence. Saying no one has seen God is not because he is shy or arbitrary. It's because seeing him would mean dissolving into his purity. Moses, for example, asked to see his glory. God hid him in a rock's cleft and let him see only his back. That image suggests that what we can perceive are footprints, effects, the wake of the infinite passing by. Silence is divine language. Why would God remain silent? Why hide behind a mask of light? For ancient Israel's sages, silence was not absence. It was excess. It meant that the true source is so immense, so infinite, so absolute, that any word would diminish it. Silence is his protection, and ours, because if that pure essence revealed itself unfiltered, the world could not endure. That's why there is a revealed God, one who shows himself, who adapts, who descends to our scale. But behind that accessible God is the other, the eternal, the changeless, the unknown. Mystics described him as a light that does not illuminate, because its intensity exceeds all bounds. A light you cannot look at, only sense. Silence is not a void, it is a boundary. A reminder that true divinity is not a character but an abyss of pure existence. In contemplative traditions, divine silence becomes a teacher. Job, after arguing with friends and demanding answers, is met with a whirlwind of questions he cannot answer. In the silence that follows, he understands his place. In silence, God conveys more than 1,000 sermons ever could. The hidden God in the names, the ancient texts use different names for God. Two are most prominent, YHWH and Elohim. Yui is the God who is near. The one who acts, speaks, promises, threatens, protects. Elohim is the God of creation, the architect of the cosmos, the power that separates light from darkness. But there is a third tier, often overlooked, the God with no name. The God who is not named because he cannot be named. The God whose essence lies beyond all human words. In Kabbalah, he is called Ein Sof, the infinite. He has no form, no word, no intention. He is simply being. From Ein Sof, sages say, emanate lights or sephirot that act as filters. Each filter softens the intensity, allowing the light to draw near without destroying. The prophets called him the one whom no one has seen. Christian mystics spoke of the God behind God. This third level does not act with hands or speak with voice. It is the silent source from which all other names spring. The differences between names are not merely linguistic. They reveal layers. Within that play lies the key to the mystery. A God who acts without appearing. A superficial reader sees only the God who acts. The attentive reader notices something unsettling. Events where an invisible presence moves everything without intervening directly. When the voice is silent, yet miracles happen. When there are no commandments yet, history turns. When no one sees, yet everything changes. That is the trace of the hidden God. A God who does not take part in the drama because he is the stage itself. A God who doesn't do because he is the condition for doing. If the revealed God is Father, King, Shepherd, the hidden God is the ocean in which those symbols float. The Psalms sometimes capture that feeling. My God, why have you forsaken me? Is a cry not to a cruel God, but to a silent one. The psalmist feels the silence as abandonment, yet in the end recognizes that the cry itself is a sign of divine presence. The God who doesn't answer provokes the search. Every act of faith is a response to silence. Presence without manifestation. According to ancient interpretations, whenever Scripture describes God appearing physically, a voice, a fire, a messenger, it is not the supreme God, but an adapted manifestation, a gentle shadow of the inaccessible God. The supreme God cannot enter the world without unmaking it. His presence is too vast to contain. So he hides himself. He veils himself. He remains the silence behind the music. Even during great theophanies, when it says God descended, sages would note, it is only his reflection. The pillar of fire that led Israel through the desert was an emanation. The cloud covering Sinai was a curtain. The true face always stays behind. This idea isn't meant to diminish God, but to expand our understanding. The cloak of manifestations is a gift. It allows humanity to relate to the divine without being overwhelmed. At the same time, it reminds us that what we see is not all there is, that there is an beyond our perceptions. The ultimate truth transcends all forms, the hidden God in the heart. This concept is not only cosmic, it is deeply personal. If the revealed God acts outside, the hidden God dwells within. He doesn't speak with words, doesn't give orders, doesn't appear in dreams or send dramatic signs. He manifests differently, as intuition, as conscience, as the mysterious impulse drawing us toward what is true. For mystics, the divine spark inside the human being is the echo of the hidden God, a silent presence needing neither temple nor altar. It is the inner voice that whispers when all else is quiet. In the Book of Kings, Elijah flees to the desert and waits for God. First there's a strong wind, then an earthquake, then fire. But God is in none of them. Finally, he hears a gentle whisper and recognizes the presence there. That still small voice is seen as the voice of the revealed God, but the silence that precedes it evokes the hidden God, because behind every mystical experience is a formless background holding it up. Kabbalah and the unknowable God. Kabbalah develops this idea with striking precision. God has levels, like veils. The first is Ein Sof, pure infinity. He has no form, no word, no intention. He is not king or father. He does not act, think, or desire. He simply is. From Ein Sof low levels, lights, attributes, each more accessible than the last, until we reach the material world, where God becomes a concrete presence. In this view, the hidden God is the origin. The revealed God is a necessary adaptation. The silence of the first makes possible the voice of the second. A favorite image among Kabbalists is that of light passing through colored glass. Pure light has no color, but passing through a filter it takes on hues. Each sephira is a filter. HAWIU is one such filtered light. Elohim another. Yet behind them all, the original light remains colorless, formless. To approach that light, the mystic must move beyond filters, beyond words, even beyond imagination, into absolute silence. The invisible God in the Hebrew Bible. At times, the Bible seems aware of this paradox. When Moses asks to see God, the answer is unsettling. "You cannot see my face." Not because God is unwilling, but because his essence cannot be looked at. When Elijah seeks God, he finds him not in fire, wind, or earthquake, but in a soft whisper. Many see the whisper as the revealed God. Behind it, the silence where the hidden God dwells. Silence is not absence, it is filtered presence, a shadow of infinity touching the finite. Whole books engage with God's apparent absence. Esther never names God, yet his hand turns the story at every twist. Job shows a God who is felt in suffering but does not speak until the end. The Psalms of Lament voice the anguish of feeling God far away, yet that very anguish proves relationship. Invisibility is not distance, it preserves human freedom. The hidden God in Gnosticism. Gnostic streams speak of the unknown Father, a God so elevated that no word can capture him. From him emanate beings that can interact with the world. Some remain in light, others descend and darken. This scheme reflects the same biblical duality, a supreme hidden God and manifest divinities or powers that act. For Gnostics, the silence of the hidden God reminds us that the origin is vaster than creation. The created world is a bridge, the origin is the sea. They emphasize the need for inner knowledge, gnosis, to return to the source. The material creation, in their view, was produced by a lesser emanation. But beyond the demiurge and all aeons stands the unknowable God. This God needs neither salvation nor worship. He simply is. To reach him, one must move past images, names, thoughts. Only absolute silence can touch that essence. Philosophy, divinity as mystery. Even philosophers who didn't follow the Bible intuited a God who doesn't speak. Aristotle wrote of an unmoved mover, a being so perfect that it causes motion, not by acting, but by being. Plotinus spoke of the one from whom all beings emanate. For him, the one is so absolute it cannot have desire or intention. It does not speak or think like us, it simply is. When these ideas are compared with biblical texts, a striking truth emerges. The hidden God is not the property of one religion. It's a universal intuition, a human constant. St. John of the Cross, a 16th century Christian mystic, wrote about the dark night of the soul, a period of divine silence that is not abandonment but purification. Teresa of Avila spoke of the interior castle, where in the deepest chamber dwells the secret room, where God resides beyond thought. These metaphors show that the experience of the hidden God is a quest across traditions. Silence as test. Why would God hide? Why remain silent, not appear or speak? Silence serves a function. It awakens the search. The revealed God guides us. The hidden God makes us question. Without the hidden God, faith might be mere obedience. With him, faith becomes discovery. Silence is the spark that moves the soul. Apparent absence invites the encounter. When all else fails and no answers remain, silence forces us to turn inward. There we find the echo of the source. Mystics teach that every spiritual path inevitably passes through a time when words fall short. In that night, God does not hide out of whim. He conceals himself to reveal something deeper, that he is more than our notion of him, that we cannot possess him with concepts, that true love emerges when we seek in darkness. The hidden God within us. Ultimately, the question isn't where he is, but where we are. Because if the revealed God acts outwardly, the hidden God speaks inwardly. Deep within, beyond thoughts, beyond emotions, beyond noise, there is a silent space. That space belongs neither to biology nor to brain. It is not memory or dream. It is pure presence. It is the echo of the source. That echo is the hidden God, the one who never speaks yet always calls, who never appears yet never leaves. Many traditions liken the human mind to a lake. When its surface is agitated, the bottom cannot be seen. When it is calm, it reflects the sky. The hidden God reflects in a still mind. He is not a sound, not an image, but a sense of fullness beyond description. When we experience that full emptiness, we realize we are not alone. History and faith, balancing presence and absence. The biblical story is a drama of presence and absence. God intervenes when needed, then withdraws. He gives laws, then is silent. He sends prophets, then lets people listen to their own conscience. This rhythm creates space for freedom. If God always spoke, would any human decision be truly ours? If God never spoke, how would we know He exists? The hidden God sets the stage for freedom. The revealed God offers guidance. Both are needed. Together they complete the mystery. In daily life, we feel something similar. Moments when we sense God close, during prayer at a sunset, in a kind act. And moments of emptiness, doubt, unanswered questions. Those times aren't God's absence, they are encounters with the hidden God. The challenge is embracing both facets, thanking for the guidance and learning from the silence. Conclusion: the mystery that holds the world. The hidden God is the silent foundation of reality, the source that defies explanation, the light too bright to see, the heart of the universe. Yet He is also the inner presence accompanying every thought, every doubt, every longing for meaning. The revealed God shows the way. The hidden God shows the purpose. One guides, the other transforms. One acts, the other sustains. One speaks, the other is the silence where everything begins. Perhaps in the end, the greatest revelation is this: that everything that exists, sky, earth, soul, time, beats to the rhythm of the God who remains hidden. The next time you feel God isn't answering, remember, you may be hearing the God who never speaks. When words fall away and only emptiness remains, do not despair. That emptiness signals you're drawing near to the source. Mystery isn't an obstacle. It is the doorway into deeper understanding. Silence isn't indifference. It is love that respects your freedom. The hidden God isn't absence. He is the essence that fills all things, waiting to be recognized.